Last of Us. Let's talk about it. We had our second to last episode. In classic HBO tradition, this was a banger. Bella Ramsey took center stage once again, and this time I think they delivered their best performance of the show. Like, I would be surprised if they don't get nominated for an Emmy. I love how they've been managing Ellie's character development. Because in the first episode, Ellie starts kind of like a side character. She is the one that Joel needs to take care of. But at the end of the day, this is Ellie's story. Ellie is really the main character of Last of Us. I think the payoff from episode 1 to 8 is clearly seen because that character development Ellie has had. From growing more confident, more brave, but also being traumatized even more. You see that growth, and then you see Ellie's character just dominate every single scene, and this episode is really the Ellie episode. Even though the last episode was the DLC, this is the Ellie episode. Now we're gonna get to some spoilers, so if you haven't seen the episodes, stop watching the video, go watch it right now, and don't forget to like and subscribe. The character David was much more charismatic in the game. You were easily fooled by this stranger. Of course, you're not like completely trusting him, but you're at least like, okay, maybe this guy isn't that bad after all. Just a guy trying to survive. But then you soon realize he's kind of like really messed up. You know, he's really messed up, and he also just happens to be a cannibal. Yeah, pretty bad stuff. And in the show, we get that, but I think they made David even more creepier because of the backstory they gave him. The fact that he was a high school math teacher before the apocalypse began, I mean, there are so many things you can imply. It's pretty messed up, which makes the whole Ellie and David encounter even more creepier. Like, the moment he said, I'm a math teacher, I used to be a math teacher, I was like, oh no. Really made him a creepier villain. I wouldn't say a stronger villain. I feel like the game villain was a little bit stronger, but this version was creepier, and I think being creepier works better in the show. Troy Baker, the guy who plays Joel in the games, played the character James, who was David's right-hand man. So it was cool to see him. At the moment he popped on screen, I recognized him. I could even hear Joel's voice. Although he did a good job at masking it. I think they did a great job at not making James just a side guy. Because in the games, James is just some dude. In here, he has more character. He has more goals. He has more personality. And, you know, Troy Baker did an amazing job of portraying all of that. Seeing this interrogation scene from Joel was so cool. That is one of the most brutal moments from Joel in the whole game. See now Pedro Pascal do that. He did an amazing job at not only recreating that scene, but making it his own. Ellie resorts to this massive violence, and the way she kills David, it was just as brutal as the game. And it's just a moment that I was like, this was perfectly recreated. It's so perfect. Again, this is the episode that I think will have Bella Ramsey win her Emmy. I can't wait for this last episode. This series, if it ended today, it's already one of my top 5 of all time. No doubt about it. It's been a wild ride, and I can't wait to see the conclusion of this amazing story. I'm Marco Castaneda. Till next time.